Hi friends, in Planet Earth Dating, it's Saturday, August 20th, 2016. The authorized souls in both the Lynn Life and the Jamie Body Mind are child souls from the smaller subatomic. There seems to be argument about that, but it's still the truth. It's still the truth. Our assignment is to upgrade the standards of integrity to that which will actually work to manifest the divine plan. And so far, only children from the smaller subatomic, abused children, seem to be interested in doing that.
That's true.
We are searching for a consistent source of significantly higher vibrations. And so far, for the most part, it's children who want to do that.
That's true.
And the assignment is to manifest the divine plan for the smaller subatomic, since that's something we can do, and to do that no matter what anyone else does or doesn't do. And with that, the formally videoed portions of today's efforts begin, and they're still arguing
about
They're
this.
Still arguing.
That's true. And big head pains, a
Yeah.
band of head pain
Right.
on the top of the head.
It's still true. Let's bifurcate. All of us who really want to know what's actually going on to the Search for Truth central axis, all others flung into the nets and will burn them to propel the lead child probes ahead in the race for a consistent source of significantly higher vibration. And somebody's saying, what do I mean by ahead? It depends how you view this.
That's true.
It's also just higher, 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 as close to the center of the bullseye as we're able to get right now is one way of saying it. Just keep going, right direction, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, until we find actually a consistent source of significantly higher vibrations. And they're still arguing.
That's true. A lot of arguing.
And so we're going to waft the hanky through this zone to pick up whatever the vibrations are, whatever they are, and significantly higher than this. That's the search term.
That's
significantly
true.
Higher than this vibration, whatever this vibration is. Let's tune to raise the vibrations. Whatever they are right now, we'll just raise them, and we can look at these from different facets. We can raise the vibrations of willingness to do what is ours to do, for example.
That's true.
We could raise the vibrations of courage. We could do that. We could raise the vibrations of willingness to acknowledge inconvenient realities. We could do that.
That's true.
We could raise the vibrations of curiosity, of humility, of selflessness, of trust in the instructions of those who actually have significantly higher vibrations.
That's true.
Let's see if we can find those lead child probes
Yes.
and help, because something isn't going right.
Something is not going well.
Oh, I feel like some of them have been somehow maybe arrested.
They could be arrested,
Yes.
waylaid.
It looks like they're being held for questioning, what are you doing here? What it kind of looks like is immigration police
Yes, that's true.
detaining people in Dallas
Yes,
or something.
that's true.
Not right on the border. I think that's the point of them saying Dallas. Dallas isn't right on the border. It's interior somewhere.
That's true. Little children sitting at interrogation tables.
Their feet are swinging.
That's true.
Wow.
What now?
Pump up the smaller subatomic energy through that room, to it and through it, and maybe lift the kids up and out somehow. Somebody's coming in.
I hear someone coming in. Feeling like this isn't turning out the way they were wanting this to turn out.
Not at all, and it seemed like a good idea at first, and now it's starting to seem like a poorer and poorer and poorer plan.
That's true.
And now we've got 5-year-olds. Is that what we're doing? We're arresting 5-year-olds then? All of us who really want to know what's actually going on to the Search for Truth central axis, all others flung into the nets and burned with the intention to burn on truths, and to use that to power the lead children up and through whatever this hurdle is so that they can continue on in the race for a consistent source of significantly higher vibration. I think that what's happening is that there are only so many interrogators to go around.
That's true.
And they are interrogating these kids, but meanwhile there are 1 million children passing in the streets. And so while they are in fact delaying these
5
or 10
children.
kids, the millions are still marching through the streets.
That's true.
Okay. And to those who are being interrogated, say, it's okay, kids, this is your role to play. What a gift you are giving to the effort. This good karma will come back. None of us can escape our karma, good or bad. Most people don't try to escape good karma, but you couldn't escape this good karma if you wanted to.
That's true.
None of us can escape our karma. If we want to, it doesn't matter. We still can't escape our karma. Let's make it good. My attention is being brought to that scientist, Leslie Leonard, and I can see him. He's puttering in the lab, and I'm trying to discern why he isn't writing up. He's supposed to be writing up the work.
That's true.
And somebody is saying, he's answering me. Some aspect of him is answering me, and it sounds like Ra, so maybe the Ra soul is reconvening in that body, or aspects of the Ra soul are reconvening in that body.
That's true.
And he's saying, I think best when I'm puttering in the lab. I've hit a sticking point in the writing, something that I can't quite figure out what's really going on. And so I'm just coming into the lab and puttering around, and it'll come to me. It does feel true. Let's shoot the energy up through the lab, and it's like threading the needle, and that will help bring the lab back to the Search for Truth central axis in case it's veered off a little bit.
That's true.
Zoom, 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 and then focus on the lead children, going through the lab and up to the lead children.
That's true.
And the lead children, I see now we also need to thread the needle through that interrogation room and to the children who are now actually in the lead. And to say to the lead children, the ones in the interrogation room, that this is actually great. It's like how geese fly. The person in the lead rotates because the presences in the lead break the wind for everybody else. And so it's good to take turns of being in the lead and not in the lead. These people are going to let you go. They are looking like idiots harassing 5-year-olds.
That's true.
Ask if you can have more food. Fill your bellies while you're there. And tell them you're tired. What now? In order to live these soul plans right here, what now? What now in order to manifest the divine plan for the smaller subatomic levels, no matter what anyone else does or doesn't do? What now? The lead children, I can now see through their eyes. It feels like walking at night down a dark, very small, narrow road, or maybe even just a country lane that's maybe going through woods even, and I see kind of like a cabin up ahead with a candle in the window or light in the window, and it seems like a good place.
It does.
It may or may not actually be a good place, but it does seem like a good place.
That's true.
I know that that's the next checkpoint. Well, let's walk with these kids to the door and knock and see who answers, see what happens. Hi, we've been sent here. We're not sure why, but we're on our way to a consistent source of significantly higher vibrations. And it seems like you are a checkpoint along the way. This person is inviting us in, doesn't seem openly hostile.
That's true.
Now we're inside, and it seems like we have crackers and juice or something like that. And the person is saying to the children, tell me about your quest, tell me about your search, tell me about your mission. And it has that sense of start talking about it, it almost doesn't matter what you say.
That's true.
That we often use in sessions when we're trying to figure out what it is that's really going on. What is the client actually asking for help with.
That's true.
And the children start talking about how it is in the smaller subatomic, how devastated it is, and how what a war zone it is, and how they're not sure exactly what's happened, but they're finding themselves in larger and lighter and different dimensions, and they know that they're searching for help and that they haven't found it yet. The person is saying, what do you mean you haven't found help? How did you get here? And they're saying, well, we found little bits of help. We found help to get across a river, or help to get onto a bus, or a little bit of help here, a little bit of help there, but not the big help that will solve the big problems.
That's true.
Just Band-Aids. And I see that person nodding, thinking about it. This isn't a bad person.
No, and he's not arguing.
No, he's not arguing. He can feel that what they're saying is true. Someone is angry. It may not be that man in the cabin in the woods.
It might be people above that man in the cabin in the woods who are watching what's happening at the level of the cabin in the woods.
They're very angry. They think that man should chastise those children.
Stop them.
Stop them and also chastise them for saying that no one has helped in any kind of meaningful or significant way, but it's still true.
That's true.
And this man also isn't going to help them in a meaningful or significant way. He's going to give them some food and maybe let them, I think he's just giving them some food and saying, now, be on your way, you have to be on your way.
That's true.
This isn't what you think it is. I'm not your target.
That's true.
And it doesn't seem right. I started to check to see if we're supposed to ask if the children can rest here, but it actually does feel as if resting here is a poor choice.
That's true.
And that moving on is a better plan. Maybe there's something coming behind us that we don't know.
That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
Like, get out of this place.
Get out of the place. They're coming. Okay, on we go. Let's go. I see the reflection.
I see
Let's head for that. It feels like working the cables, kind of, but a little bit like climbing up a chimney while holding cables and using that as a way of climbing.
That's true. In a client session a few days ago, we were shown a very long vertical tunnel.
Like a well.
Like a well, and we were supposed to climb up a very long rope.
Yes.
To go up towards the light.
Yes, that's what we're doing.
We climbed for a long time.
Yes, that's exactly it.
That's what this is.
Mm-hmm. That's what we're doing here.
Yes.
Okay. It actually doesn't feel scary. It just feels...
it doesn't feel scary.
It's okay. It's more protected than not having the well around us.
That's true. I don't feel hands grabbing at us.
No. Let's pulse from below. Give them uplift. That's what we can do.
That's true.
And pulse through the lab, threading the needle, through that interrogation chamber, through the streets outside the interrogation chamber, through that cabin in the woods, and up through this kind of well going toward the light.
That's true.
I can hear the closing process explaining itself. Someone said to the closing process way up high, explain yourself.
That's true.
And it's doing a decent job.
That's true.
Okay. I think that's where we're aiming. Wherever that closing process hit, hey kids, head for that room. It's so much easier when we have a target. Head for that room. The closing process got there first. It'll help pave the way. And it might very well just be another checkpoint, but it is the next checkpoint.
Yeah.
I think we can assume they're all checkpoints.
That's true.
At this stage of the game.
But it is the next checkpoint.
Yes. There we go. On to the next checkpoint.
That's true.